How smart technology professionals are doubling their competitive advantages. In this world of technology, especially in FANG like company, Apple, Google, Microsoft, and all these cool companies, and some similar like them, there are so many people who reach out to me. They are very, very talented people. And they say that, I find myself competing with so many talented, so many expert in the field that I get compelled to up my game every time. So that's why I'm doing lots of technical certification. I'm learning deeper and deeper knowledge of technology and gaining that edge over everybody else. But still, then they ask me question like, okay, but everybody else is also doing the same thing. Then how do I gain that competitive advantage over other people if I'm doing the same thing as everybody's doing, which I have to do? You have to become super expert in your field. But what is beyond that? How do I stand out? How do I stand out in front of all the rest of the very smart, talented, highly, they have all the big degrees from MITs and even the MBAs and all those things. How do I showcase myself as different than them, and how do I stand out? So that's a question comes to them, and they realize that every time they do this one certification, they tend to gain 1% advantage, a little bit more, right? So that is not helping, and that's why they come to me and they ask me like, well, how can I get this competitive advantage over other people, which can be double the advantage? I don't want to get this incremental advantage, and I don't want to do only the thing that everybody is doing. So the reason, and why they want to do this, because they're ambitious people. They want to get ahead in the career. They want to get promotion. They want to get into people management role. Want to get to director and VP level. And I tell them just one thing is that you are trying to get expertise on computer. You are trying to get expert in technology, which is absolutely great. You have to do that. We are the technology experts, so you have to do that. But computers don't give you promotion. Who gives the promotion? People give the promotion. Human beings give the promotion. So where the competitive advantages come in, when you focus on the neglected part of your career, neglected part of the knowledge, which is the human behavior, human psychology. You are really good in making your computers smarter, making your computers run faster, making them efficient. No, you are influencing the computers, you are influencing the systems, which is great. But who is going to give you promotion? Promotion is coming from the human beings. And that's why it is super important to learn some of the human psychology. Now, I call the people smart people who are implementing, who are learning the psychology of human, because they are doing in a smart way. In a way, it works. In a way, they have been used to learning things in a technology world. Just think about it, right? This is how our clients do. Our clients come in the program and they say, Ravi, don't tell me to learn this human psychology. Don't give me this big books. Don't give me this big lectures or hours and hours. I don't have time for that. Don't make me read arcane books and theory of psychology and how human mind works and what are the intricacy. I don't have time for that. I said, yeah, of course. Let's do it the way in technology experts do, the way I do it, the way you do it, the way we technology professionals do. So how does a technology professional gain new skills? By doing, right? So we don't go through the big books of and keep reading for forever. What we do, we just get a gist of it. Suppose you want to learn some new language, some new technology, some new tool. What do? You don't go through sit through the manual for hours and hours. What are you gonna do? You just look around and start coding. You just see some samples, you see some sample code, you see some sample program, and from your earlier base knowledge that you just cut and paste something and start programming, start coding, and you start running that program. And of course, it may work first time, it may not work. Then what are you going to do? You're going to debug. You're going to go through the line by line code and see what worked, what didn't work, and fix that code and run it again. And finally the program starts working, isn't it? Exact same thing. There is no theory to be learned. You don't need to read the whole manual. You just have to start learning quickly, and start applying and implementing. And that's what we do. And that is the smart way technology professionals are used to learning and getting expert in this. Same thing you can do. That's what we teach, and that's what our smart technology professionals are doing. Again, saying that it's smart because they do it very effectively and very quickly in just a few days, or if just a few weeks. So how you can apply the same process to human psychology? You don't have to learn more detail. You just learn one or two things that I teach in my program, and just go and apply on the very same day at your work. Learn some of the psychological ninja skills I call, how to influence human mind, how to read human mind, and how do you, what takes people, what motivates people, what doesn't motivate people. Find those out and use the power of language. It's a syntax. you know every programming language, Java or anything that Python you're using, there is a syntax. There are certain words. If you don't use those words, program don't work. Correct. And if you don't use those words in a proper syntax, the program doesn't work. Same thing here. We give you some of the words and syntax, of what that influence people mind, that makes people say yes to your request. And immediately our client go in their office, even at their home, and start applying these formulas, techniques that we teach, and they start getting results. And sometimes doesn't get and most of the time those are not actually bugs. Human minds are, of course, not a straight line. If then else, these techniques sometimes work, sometimes don't. But debugging in that part is to do a reflection. That's what we do in a Thursday group call. There's a big discussion happens, like, okay, this is what scenario was there, and we go back and reflect back on it. Why things work and why things didn't work. So for one of the group call, one of my clients said, oh, all of a sudden my boss started behaving very nicely with me. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I said, there must be something happened. Let's debug it. And we debugged it and found out she used some of those psychological formula in a very effective way without knowing about it. See, we know this formula, but we don't know when are we using and how to keep using it more often. And so we help her to find out this is the formula, this is how it works. And that aha moments come. Oh, that's how it works. Now she knows the formula. She can repeat it again and again. She can repeat that program next time she wants to influence her boss's mind. So that's how it works. And then what happens? You get tremendous competitive advantage. Your advantage over everybody else boosts up because you know how to influence human minds. How do you influence people behavior? How do you take them in a direction where you want them to go? And which includes your boss, your skip level, your clients, your peers, your people who report to you. That is the big secret. That's how our smart technical expert clients are gaining like huge amount of competitive advantage. You can do that too. And how you can do that? Take the first step. Watch our webinar, 5 Steps to High Position, the leaderinsideyou.com/free training. I explain many of these things in much more detail there. And once you watch the call, set up a call with me or one of my coaches, and we will unpack all the mystery of that missing skill in your life, which can not only change your career, but it can change your personal life too. Knowing this human psychology and knowing how to implement the strategy and be actually able to implement that strategy, it's like game changer. So this is Ravi wishing you happiness and success.